Hi everyone, it's Anne here from annshappystampers.co.uk and I'm back again with another tutorial. Now today what we're going to make, I'm actually quite proud of this. I think it's really nice and I'm actually really pleased with the way it's turned out. So here we go, I hope you like it. Now I think it's very different and I just think it's fantastic. Now I suppose the main aim of it is a kind of a gift box, but you know, it's definitely a kind of a keepsake box, I think. And to be honest, you could even just, you know, it's hard to stand up because of the height of the camera, but you could display it, you know, easily, because I think it just looks so nice. Excuse me. Now it's really strong. You know, you need to make it to see how strong it is. It's got a really thick bottom, which I actually just stuck a few pieces of card together to get it like that. And then it opens up and it's actually, you know, a box inside. Now I've just put some cream in just to you know, demonstrate it, but I think you could probably get those large pillar candles in. You know, you can put anything in really, but I just think it's fab. I really do. I'm so pleased with how it's turned out. So I'm going to show you how to make it, and it's not hard. You know, it might look hard, but it isn't. It's really simple. So that's what we're making. Now we're going to make it in different colours today. If I can pick this card up. So what I thought would be nice is black and red. I thought that would look quite striking. So for the actual base of your box, your card needs to measure 8 1/4 by 10.5 inches. Now for this bottom piece I was telling you about, what I did was I've just cut 3 pieces of real red which measure 2.5 by 2.5, and I've just actually glued them together, and that does give actually a really thick, you know, a really thick stand for it. Now these pieces here, it's just 4 pieces of cardstock and they need to measure 2 inches by 7.5. Now with this one I did the card in smoky slate and then I popped the DSP on the top, but with this box we're just going to heat emboss them. So the card measures 2 by 7.5, but if you want to put DSP on the top of them, that would need to measure 1 3/4 by 6 3/8. But like I say, we're not going to do that today. I'm just going to heat emboss them, and that's it really. That's all you need. So you don't need a lot either. So, and the stamp set I'm going to use to heat emboss the panels is my favourite at the minute, is Flourish and Phrases, and I've already mounted it. I'm just going to use this big flourish here. So I think what we'll do first is we will get our base, the base of our box ready, and get that together, and then we can start decorating the panels. So take your scoreboard and pop your card in on, let me see here, so I'll just get my measurements. Yeah, so pop it in on the short side and you're going to score it at, let me see, yeah, we're going to score it at 2, 4, 6 and 8. Okay, so that's really easy. So 2, 4, 6 and 8. Turn it to the long side and we're going to score it at 1/2 inch, 2 1/2 inches and 8 1/2 inches, and that's it. Really simple. And then we're just going to fold and burnish and cut away, you know, all the pieces we don't need. So just to tell you, the the piece that you have two score sections, so you've got a wide piece and a thin piece, that's going to be the top of your box, and the bit where you've only got one score section is going to be the bottom. Okay, but yeah, I'm really proud of that box. It just came about the other day when I was playing around. And also, if you tune in on Sunday, I've got something similar which I think is beautiful as well, so you know, come back and watch that because I'm really pleased with that as well. I didn't know which one to show you first, this one or the one on Sunday, so I decided to just show you this one today. Right, so take your scissors and you want to cut up the one score section at the bottom. You just want to cut up all of these 3 score lines, and then you've got a really little skinny rectangle in the corner. If you just remove that and just wedge in at the side a bit, and it just helps it close better. Now turn it round, and then what you want to do is you've got another skinny little rectangle at the top here. If you just completely remove all of that and wedge in there again as well, so you'll now have that. And then you want to cut down all 3 of these score lines here. Okay, and then I'm just going to pop this how it would go together to work out what we need to keep and what we need to cut. So we need to cut, so the second from the end with our tab, we need to completely cut this away. Okay, and then turn it back the same way again. Then the first and the next one along, we need to cut some away. So I'm going to cut probably nearly half of it away, and just try and get it roughly even on this side, and then nearly half of this away. So you should end up with that now. Alright. And then I'm going to take my corner rounder and I'm going to round all of the corners on these top pieces here. Empty my corner rounder. So I'm going to round all the corners. I just think it makes the box look neater, and it also helps it close better as well. Okay, so that's what you should have now. Now it's basically just a case of sticking our box together. So I'm just going to get some tape because I thought I'd got the tape out and I haven't. So we're just going to stick a thin piece of tape along here. Okay, and stick our box together. And for that you can just fold it over, and then they should meet up there quite nicely. There's your box. They will fold down, and that will go in there quite nicely. Now the base, we want the seam at the back, so they'll just go around like that, and it's basically, the basis of it is just a, you know, a tall thin box. So I'm going to pop some tape just along here. And then I'm also going to pop a bit of tape on the other piece. Just along there. Stick that there. And the same with this one. Just get that nice and lined up. And there you go, we have a lovely little box. So that's our basis of our box done. We'll do those last, I think. I put those on last just to make it a bit easier. So now move on to our panels. Now really, I suppose I've done this the hard way, because what I should have done was, before I cut them, I should have heat embossed them and stamped them and heat embossed it all together and then cut them up. But prepping for the video, I just didn't think. So if you want to do it that way, you can. Like I say, these measure, they're 2 by 7.5, so all you would need is a 7.5 by 8 piece of cardstock. Stamp emboss them first and then cut them into 4 pieces, which are 2 inches each. You could do it that way. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do one on camera, and then I'm going to go off and do the rest, because it'll take too long otherwise, just to show you what we're going to do to them. So I'm going to wipe it with my embossing buddy here. Give them a good wipe. Then I've got the stamp mounted, and I'm just going to ink it up with some Versamark. Give it a good ink, because this is quite a big stamp, this. And then I am just going to randomly stamp the flourish. Okay, just all around the card. I'm just going to twist it in different ways as well. That's looking okay. Okay, and if you think there's any little gaps, just go back in. Alright, so I think that should be okay. And then I have got some gold embossing powder here. And we're just going to cover this in gold powder. Yeah, that looks really pretty. And yeah, I'm happy with that. Looks really nice. So we'll just quickly heat set it, and then I'm going to come back when I've done all of the rest, and we can get the rest of our box together. So I'm just going to let the tool heat up a little bit. Okay, I think that should be enough. Right, there we go. I think you'll agree that does look really, really beautiful. So I'm going to do the other 3 and I'll be back when they're done. Okay everybody, so I have heat embossed, oh excuse my chair, I've heat embossed all of the 4 pieces now, and then what you have to do as well is on the long side, if you just score them at 1, okay, just at 1 inch, and I've just got 1 to do here, so just pop it in your scoreboard, and I'm going to do it on the reverse of the embossing. Just pop it in, score it at 1 inch, okay, and then you're going to fold that way, okay. And what I think's best to do as well is just to help it with the shape. You can see that I've done it to all of these ones. Is basically just get your bone folder and just, you know, give it that bendy shape like that, okay. So that's what you should have. And then we're now going to stick them to our box. Now I find the best way to work to get the right shape, so turn them over onto the back, and I'm going to use fuse because it is really sticky, is you want 2 pieces of fuse really close together on the bottom, and then where you've got the score line here, you just want a piece just behind or just under the score line, and that works out well. So a piece of fuse here and then a one right next to it. So basically you want 2 like that, okay, or tape, you could use tape. And then, oh, don't break fuse, I might have to use tape because my fuse has run out. Right, so tape, and then you just want a piece right under the score line, okay, just like that. So I'm going to peel this piece of tape off, and then what you do, so take your box and start with the bottom, and you'll just line it up right on the edge of the box, just try and get it straight, okay, stick that down, and then what you do is you just pull it down a little bit and make sure your score line is going to sit flush with the edge of that box. So what I'm going to do is just pull it down, the score line's flush there onto the side of the box, if you can see, and then I'm just going to basically make sure it's even with the other side. That's why I've got the lid open, I find it works a bit better. And then just basically press that down, and then you'll have the shape there straight away, okay. That's how I find it works. So again, we'll just use tape because if the fuse has run out, so just a couple of pieces along the bottom, like so, and then a piece just under the score line at the top, okay. So just peel the tapes off. I mean, obviously you're going to have a bit more time than me, so make sure your tape goes right to the ends because you don't want it peeling off again. So just match it up with the bottom of the box, press that down, and then make sure your score line is flush with the top of the box. Just bend them back if it helps you see better, and then make sure that gets stuck about there. And as you can see, it's working out quite even, that. So just to save a bit of time, I'm gonna just use another tape runner here because I don't want to be putting tape on and wasting time. So I'm gonna put couple of pieces there and one there. Oh, it's probably not even going to hold it, is it? Fuse always runs out when you need it, doesn't it? Stick that there, like so. And then we've got one more to do. I mean, when you're sticking these on, I would recommend a good strong tape because you don't want them popping off. So I would use a good strong tape for them. Definitely not a snail or anything, because I don't think they'll last. Well, I know they won't last. So that is basically, and I mean, I think that looks so pretty, doesn't it? It really does. So I'm going to close our lid up, and what I'm going to do now is we're going to move on to the base. So we've got our 3 pieces of card, and I'm just going to use Tombow and I'm just going to attach them all together. So just put them in your hand, you know, just make sure they're all square and lined up. And gluing a few pieces together, you know, it really does make them strong. And like I say, this box is really strong anyway, so I think it's ideal. It's definitely not flimsy and, you know, gonna drop to bits. So then what I did was I just got the box, put the glue right on the bottom, and then just try and get it central into this little stand here, which I think that looks okay to me. So I really do think the little stand, you know, especially with this red and black here, it just sets it off a treat. That looks gorgeous. It actually looks quite oriental, I think, to be honest. Now, just to decorate it, I've got some of the free Celebration ribbon. So I want to stick this around here like I did with the other one. So I'm going to cut a piece off, and then I'm going to get a glue dot. I'm just going to pop just a glue dot roughly there. And then I'm just going to make sure it's all straight and not twisted. So as you can see, I've just attached that with a glue dot. And then I've got some of these which I had in my stash already. I think I got them from eBay. I'm just going to put a couple of glue dots on one of them. I might actually put 3 because I don't want them to come off. And then all I'm going to do is I'm just going to attach this to the ribbon like so. And there we go. I think that looks absolutely stunning. I really, really do. Like I say, it just I think it looks very oriental. Maybe have to have another glue dot under there, but I can do that later. But yeah, that is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And you can get, you know, a nice gift in there, or, you know, anything you want really, to be honest. So I hope you like it. I think it's fantastic. And I really like that one, but I think I really like this one now too, because it does look, you know, very elegant, very oriental. So I'll be back again on Friday with a Focus Friday, and like I say, don't forget to tune in on Sunday, because I've got something similar to this which I think again is just beautiful. So I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it's something a bit different, and it's not hard to do. It might look hard, but it isn't. So until next time, take care and bye for now.